Stop. Just pause for a moment. Do you know that right now, millions of people around the world are sitting in crowds but feel completely alone inside? Have you ever lain awake at night in a dark room and wondered, why am I alone? Why does no one truly understand me? Why is my path so difficult and so lonely? If these questions have ever risen in your heart, then today's video is meant specifically for you. Because today I want to share a truth that many people never hear. The person who learns to walk alone is the one who eventually shows the way to everyone else. Our society has taught us a false idea since childhood. We are told that the person with the most friends is the happiest. That someone surrounded by crowds must be popular and successful. And that someone who spends time alone must either be arrogant or somehow a failure. But that belief is completely wrong. It's a social illusion. Think about it for a moment. How many people talk to dozens of others every day, yet cry quietly into their pillow at night? How many people laugh the loudest at parties, but feel empty when they return home? How many people are in relationships, but still feel invisible inside them? And what about you? Maybe you truly feel alone right now. Maybe people have misunderstood you. Maybe they laughed at your dreams. Maybe they called your chosen path crazy. Perhaps the people closest to you have disappointed you the most. Maybe the very people you trusted were the ones who betrayed you. And at some point, you may have asked yourself, why am I walking this path alone? Why does this pain feel like it's meant only for me? But let me ask you something. Do you realize that almost every great figure in history created their best work during periods of deep solitude? In psychology, there's a well-known idea often associated with Carl Jung. He believed that a person who cannot go inward will never create something meaningful outwardly. Solitude is actually a rare opportunity to speak with your own soul, something that crowds and constant noise rarely allow. Science supports this idea as well. Neuroscience research shows that when someone is alone and reflecting, a part of the brain called the default mode network becomes highly active. This network is responsible for creativity, deep thinking, self-reflection, and solving complex problems. In other words, when you sit quietly and think deeply, your brain is often working at its highest potential. Psychologist Esther Buchholz also showed in her research that healthy psychological development requires both social connection and solitude. Unfortunately, society teaches us to value only connection, while treating solitude as something negative. But the truth is simple. Solitude is not a disease. Solitude is a strength, a skill, a gift if you learn how to use it. Solitude is not the absence of company. It is the moment when your soul finally has the freedom to speak its truth. Being alone does not mean being empty. It means giving your soul space to breathe. Let's step back in time for a moment. In 1963, a young writer was being rejected again and again. Publishers kept returning his manuscript. His wife was ill, money was scarce, and the family lived in a small trailer. There wasn't even a proper place for his typewriter, so he wrote while balancing it on a small surface. Frustrated, he threw the first few pages of his novel into the trash. But his wife took those pages out and told him to finish the story. That writer was Stephen King, and that novel was Carrie. It later became one of the most famous horror novels in the world. Today, Stephen King is one of the most widely read authors in history. Now think about Isaac Newton. In 1665, a devastating plague forced universities in England to close. People were stuck at home and terrified. Most felt their time was wasted. But Newton used that isolation differently. During that period of solitude, he developed ideas that later became the foundations of gravity, calculus, and the study of light. He later described that time as one of the most creative periods of his life. So now ask yourself, are you alone right now? Is your path quiet and difficult? Then remember this. The greatest chapters of history have often been written in the silent pages of solitude. Your solitude is not your enemy. It may actually be your most loyal companion. So the real question becomes, How can you turn solitude into your greatest strength? First, stop fearing it. Welcome it. Whenever you find yourself alone, ask 3 simple questions. What do I truly want? What is my real purpose in life? Am I moving toward it? You rarely find honest answers to these questions in a crowd. Second, create at least 30 minutes of quiet time every day. Turn off your phone. Step away from social media. Shut out the noise. Just sit with your thoughts. Write, think, plan. Those 30 minutes can change the direction of your entire day. Third, never let other people's opinions define who you are. People will misunderstand you. Depth is often invisible to shallow eyes. A person who constantly waits for approval from the crowd will never find their own path. Fourth, make your solitude productive. Learn a skill. Read a book. Take one small step toward your dream every day. Crowds entertain, but solitude builds. The person who quietly builds themselves in solitude eventually moves far ahead of everyone else. I know your road may feel difficult. I know each day can feel like a battle. Sometimes a voice inside your mind may whisper, "Stop. I'm tired. I can't keep going." But pause for a moment. Take a deep breath. Think about this. The tree that survives the strongest storm grows the deepest roots. The diamond formed under the greatest pressure shines the brightest. And the person who endures the most loneliness, rejection, and struggle often becomes the strongest. Your failures are not breaking you. They are shaping you. Your solitude is not weakening you. It is deepening you. Your tears are not ending your story. They are clearing the path. And the people who walked away from your life may have simply made room for your growth. Success never arrives in a single day. It comes to those who rise again after every fall. Those who keep waiting for dawn even after the longest night. Those who keep walking even when the road feels empty. So make one decision today. I will not stop. I will not break. I will not step back. Because my solitude is my greatest strength. And from today forward, I will use it. The world begins to remember you the moment you truly discover yourself. Before we reach the end of this video, let me leave you with one final thought. No great person in history became great by walking in the applause of crowds. They became great during silent moments when no one was watching, when only their dreams and determination remained. You may be on that same path right now. Maybe you cannot see it yet. Maybe this moment feels dark. But remember something powerful. Darkness is always deepest just before dawn. These lonely days, these painful nights, these moments of rejection, they may become the most valuable chapters of your life. One day you will look back and realize that these were the moments that built you. So do not fear solitude. Embrace it. Respect it. Learn to love it, because it may be your hidden weapon, your real power. You may be alone, but you are never weak. Your solitude may become your greatest strength. Keep moving, keep building, keep believing, because success will come. If this video spoke to you, please like, comment, and share it with someone who might be feeling alone today and could use a little encouragement.